Well, good evening, this is Houndog Steve coming to you on that witching evening, the 24th of December, Christmas Eve. And you know, the reason I like Christmas Eve is because tomorrow is the end of the solstice and the days start getting longer again. And you know, you can imagine how Christmas came about. You know, I know that it was the Roman celebration of Saturnalia, and that fell around about the same time of year as Christmas time. But the solstice would have been an incredibly important time of year to people living long ago, before we had electricity, before we had good housing, insulation, and that all of our food was grown or foraged in the field. And so an extra long winter could spell absolute havoc for a family if they didn't have enough food to survive. And so they would have known when the shortest day was, the solstice, and that would be a time to celebrate, because the sun is born again. And so you can see here, you get the notion of rebirth and rebirth of the sun. And this is a tale that is told around the world. Just about every religion has a story about the birth of a deity that happened on the solstice. And it's kind of interesting when you see that line of commonality. So anyway, I'm going to wish you cheers to the solstice, and Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate that, and well wishes to all of my human compatriots who are sojourning on this planet and this particular adventure in this particular time, in this particular universe. This is a very, very nice liqueur. I made it from plums about a year ago, and so these are plums off my landlord's tree, who is in poor health incidentally, I'm sorry to hear that, and 40% vodka with some maple syrup and some honey added to that, and it is quite delicious, I can assure you. So now it is about 10:30. I definitely will not be going out. It is absolutely freezing outside. We're going back into a deep freeze in Canada here, and looks like the overnight's going to be a -15 or so. So this year, what a year. What an incredible year we have had. Citizens for Direct Democracy has made about 12 videos to lobby council and to highlight some of the issues going on there, and I think we've had some real success with that. I've done a couple of videos on the water and sewer hookup, and we actually did get that issue into court, and a judge is now ruling on whether we can get a permanent injunction on that issue. So, and the council has changed the bylaw, that it's rewritten, that you will not be forced to hook up anymore. You will be charged for a service that you're not getting, but you won't be forced to actually put the lines in the ground. So I'm calling that an unmitigated success. Of course, there was the election this year, and we ran for council, myself, my buddy John, and Peter of course ran for mayor. Now we didn't get in, but we did get to spread the word of direct democracy. On a personal level, I had a great year in the store. Of course, now I let my YouTube channel lapse a little bit in the summertime, but I'm now picking up on that, and I'm glad to see that we're just cresting 4,800 subscribers, and that is thanks to you. And it really is a pleasure to be able to sit here and know that there are at least some people out there in the world who have some kind of connection with what I'm thinking about, what I'm talking about, maybe some of the concerns that I have for things coming up, and some of the surprising and unexpected discoveries as we go along the path in this adventure. I also had a great garden. I finished off my greenhouse this year, and I'm sure you've seen some of my garden videos. And I will be setting to in the springtime. I have a couple of raised beds to rebuild, and I'll be filming those just to keep you up to date. Now, I'm thinking for the future of my YouTubing, I think that I am going to stick to more political stuff as far as the Hound Dog channel is concerned, and I may break off a separate channel for my gardening videos and other things that don't really seem to be of interest. I can see by the views that they just don't get the coverage that the political videos do, the political analysis, and that seems to be a bit of a forte for me. And you know, even though I am a lowly barber in a small village, sitting in his own office, which is a makeshift studio, you know, I do have some incredible insights into some of the issues going on in the world today, whether it be financial, international. Some of the customers that come into my store have reached the pinnacles of their career. And so we get into conversations over the haircut, and of course, because I am that nosy barber type, I like to tweak people's ears and ask them questions and what they think about things. I have several bankers coming in my store that I'm discussing, you know, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies with. I even had a strategic financial analyst come in this year from OMAS, the municipal pension plan group, and offered his insights into Ethereum. And of course they have just bought the Ethereum platform, and so no, it is a very interesting profession if you want to make it so. And so that is what I'm bringing to the table here. Not some of the things that I pick up as I travel around some of the different news sites around the world, and my insights, of course, from history of working in Europe, in England, living in England for the first 26 years of my life. I lived in Amsterdam for 2 years. So I'm hoping that I'm bringing a well-rounded commentary to all of you, and maybe a perspective that you might not get anywhere else. And of course, this is an incredible time in our civilization that I'm sure that most of you remember that when you were at school, you know, history was a pretty dry affair. It was mostly facts and dates and things that seemed to happen an awful long time ago. However, since the birth of the internet, the time has just accelerated in the news cycle to the point where we are now actually able to witness history in real time. And there are, I don't know how many people out there. Well, how many cell phones are there? I mean, these devices now have you know, video camera capabilities, single shot capabilities. A lot of them have 12 megapixel lenses, so that is incredible clarity. So you have potentially billions of news reporters from around the world. And this is absolutely incredible. It is stunning. We can witness change happening so quickly and so cohesively. Because, you know, one of the things that's happened in history for a long time, you know, you go back even 50 years, and prior to that, the two people who controlled the narrative was the government and the church. Okay, and they did this through the press. There was an incredibly close relationship between the press and the government, and you know, they were told maybe not what they will print, but they certainly were told what they won't print. And everyone was on board with this very narrow meme that's been going on for about 2,000 years. And now you go onto YouTube, and all of a sudden there are millions of memes, from flat earth to Nibiru, I mean, you name it. There is everything from the creation theory to the agnostic to the atheist. It's actually unbelievable. Every political thought that you can think of, every political ideology, and they're all being tossed up on the internet to be viewed by you, the public. And prior to this age, it was hard to track down information in any kind of meaningful way and put it in some kind of order and make the necessary connections, because you had to find the books. And were these books written by people who were writing about the books, or were you going to go to the original document? Now with the internet, your research potential is unlimited. There is so much information on the internet right now, and this is changing the world, it's changing the narrative. And of course you're seeing a lot of the institutions that we thought were rock solid and now being shaken to the very foundations because of the sharing of information and the sudden massive upgrade that we are getting to the population, where people are realizing pretty quickly when they're getting ripped off. So the public is also realizing who they are in this game. We're not just the consumers, we are the creators, we are the contributors, we are the financiers. Without us, there is no YouTube. There are no creators. We're the creators on YouTube. Okay? And that's what we're realizing, is that we can create basically whatever we want to create. And when you go onto YouTube and see other people doing stuff, it's pretty easy to learn from them. If they've come up with some unique, interesting or novel idea, you can copy them pretty quickly. And so we're learning at a rapid pace and spreading that amongst ourselves, because that is what we do best. We're tribal. Those are our roots, those are our origins. And so we know how to network like nobody knows how to network, and word is spreading pretty quickly. And so you're seeing unrest and revolt and concern about many issues on this planet right now. And although it seems like a raging rabble, keep a cool head. This will work its way through. It's just there's so many issues that have been left unturned for so many years that they're all coming to the fore at once. More and more people are finding they have a voice at the same time. And so that's what's happening right now. It seems pretty chaotic, but it will solidify. Those people who just want to rant and rave will disappear. Believe you me, one of your customer service tips, this is an example of what is going to happen. Okay, when a customer comes in and they're angry, your first piece of advice is you let them rant and rave, and they'll rant and rave for about, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden you find that they will run out of breath. And that's when you ask them, well, what would you like us to do about that? How would you like us to solve this situation? And most of them will, in a much less aggressive tone, say, well, I just don't want it to happen again, or something like that. But most people just want to get that burst out of them, of that frustration and anger that's been built up. And so I think a lot of this stuff is going to die down, but the most serious issues have yet to really percolate to the top, and we're getting to that right now. That's what the Yellow Vest protests are all about, and I think 2019 is going to be one heck of a year, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking to reporting on it, and please do not get too stressed about this. This is just part of the adventure, it's part of the story, and boy oh boy, it would be awfully dull if nothing happened on the adventure. Okay, so you take care. Thank you very much for joining me on this journey. Have a wonderful Christmas, have a safe Christmas, and I hope that the new year unfolds as you hope it will unfold. Okay, so there are many more videos to come. I look forward to sharing some of the things that I've been finding on the internet with you, and we will talk real soon. You take care now. See ya. Bye.